everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be doing a past life reading. So we're going to figure out who you were in your past life and what are you working on in this life from your past life. So we can get all that sorted out in this life. Okay, so the first card, you can either pick the Witch or 157 and Coaxinite Amethyst, beautiful, highly evolved stone. Or we can do the Pumpkin, Jack-o'-lantern, 248, and this beautiful Merlinite stone, heart-shaped Merlinite. Or we can do 369, lovely owl with a little scarecrow, and beautiful bismuth stone, also highly evolved stone. All three of them are very highly evolved. Okay, so let us begin. Take 3 deep breaths. We ask to only connect to messages of love, light, and truth. And here we go. We're going to start with 1, 5, and 7. Wars and battles. Farm. Oh, beautiful kite. Working on that trust, huh? Opal. Money. Okay, let me just zoom this in a little bit here. Okay, so, and I actually want to do a song just for my own thing, because I get messages through the song, so. Okay. The song is Hallelujah by Jeff Buckley. I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift. Okay, so initially what I'm seeing is dying in a battle, wars and battles, having lived on a farm. So, you know, I'm almost seeing like a small town country boy who went to war. And then you came back with a lot of trust issues, a lot of, you know, almost PTSD. Because we've got not only do we have trust, but we've got emotional magnification, opal. And if you look at it, it's this beautiful, you know, card. It's 8. So I'm getting 88 here. Whether that was your age at the time of your death, or if that year is significant, but I'm getting 88. I'm getting 78. Okay, so we're going to begin with wars and battles. Very interesting, yeah. PTSD, past life trauma that you're working on in this life. And I'm not sure if you've had to repeat this. It's almost looking like you had to, you repeated this again, this trauma, this PTSD, this emotional magnification, this trust issues. You brought all that over to this life. But I'm also seeing this beautiful kite. So you were once a kite as well. So let's get to wars and battles. This card indicates that you suffered or were killed in a war in previous lifetimes. Your unconscious will tell you whether you were a soldier, an officer, or a civilian who was a casualty during a battle. That lifetime could have turned you into a pacifist, or it could have made you conflict phobic, and you cannot stand any measure of violence or even loud voices. Conflict phobia prevents relationships from deepening, as part of the authenticity stems from sharing your true feelings with each other. Conversely, this lifetime may have filled your heart with anger and the desire for revenge. In such a case, you would have difficulty controlling your temper. This may even lead to addictions in your attempts to bring about peace within yourself. So that could be alcohol, drugs, etc. If you have that natural warrior spirit, it is important to channel it in peaceful and constructive ways. For instance, being an activist for positive social change, or a legal advocate who champions the underdog. Yes, I'm seeing a spiritual warrior as well. So, a physical warrior in the past, but now you are a spiritual warrior, in a sense. And this farm thing, I'm almost seeing advocating for animals, advocating for, veganism, vegetarianism, or even almost wanting to self-sustain, grow your own crops, go back to that natural state of life that you once had. It's almost a yearning of wanting to go back and being able to fly again. I'm almost seeing dreams about flying, as you run fast and you jump up to fly. Okay, so we're going to move on to farm. So, your past life on a farm is influencing the situation you're inquiring about. Perhaps you enjoyed a simple, happy life, and you crave that simplicity once more. You may have enjoyed the warmth of an extended family during your farm life. Your angels may also be nudging you to become self-sustaining by growing your own food, as you did in a prior life. You most likely carried forward your green thumb ability to grow plants well. Also, this card may be asking you to reconnect with animals and nature, which were part of your past lifetime on the farm. Yes, the kite. And there's no better synchronicity than the farm card saying 34, and the kite card is 34. 77. So 77 and 88. If you had a past life accident involving farm equipment, this may carry forward to an unexplained injury in this life. So I'm seeing almost having a birthmark, an unexplained birthmark that was from a previous injury in a past life. You've also had relationships in that life that you're playing out in this one. Your body will tell you which situation fits, so notice any goosebumps, chills, or other physical reactions as you read this section. Okay, so, I'm seeing, this is the trust. So we're moving from this guides us towards the relationship aspect of trust and emotional magnification over here. But I'm also seeing a master artisan. So, the farm, and that goes with me. People that create like artisan cheeses or artisan crafts, anything like that. That's what I'm seeing. You might even have a knack for culinary stuff, cooking. Really love cooking, looking up recipes. A lot of great gifts that you brought from the past. Okay, so we're going to move on to kite. $34. The magic messenger. So magic messages exist all around you. They are spiritual signs and confirmations from the universe. These messages may appear in cloud formations, recurring numbers, animal encounters, or even in the media. Today, Kite is asking you to pay attention to the clues that appear and to stay open to the infinite supply of magic that exists all around us. Should you be seeking an answer or clear insight, ask Kite your question. Then notice, acknowledge, and take action on the information you receive. These messages are sacred signs that that are divine in nature. The spirit realm is excited to participate in your journey with you, and it's always ready to collaborate on your life's visions. So I'm also getting faith, having faith in things. Having faith in your abilities, having faith in other people, trusting other people. It goes together with the trust, the Prenite card. Almost feeling like a lack of faith in humanity, an anger towards their inability to change. Not all of them, some of them. Let's focus on the good. Like Mr. Rogers once said, In times of tragedy and chaos, let's look for the helpers, and that's who we focus on. We don't focus on the people that are causing the mayhem and chaos. We focus on the helpers and the people that are really trying to make a change. So let's shift our perspective. Okay? So that's 7. So having faith and trust. Okay, so we're going to move on to Prenite, trust. So, it's time to trust on a deeper level. We live in such a crazy world with many different perspectives and illusions, and at times it can be challenging to trust what is going on within and around us. Prenite is sharing their healing medicine to assist you in gaining a deeper trust for yourself and those around you. So having faith in your abilities to manifest your destiny, Uncertainty may be surrounding you right now, but the crystals remind you there is a divine plan and to trust in the flow of the universe. It is now time to trust in yourself and know that you will make the right choices for your highest good and that all is in divine order. You may also be experiencing unsettling issues around trust, or unresolved hurts and betrayals may be surfacing, or you may feel a lack of belief in your own ability to make the right decisions. Allow the crystals to guide you into a deeper place of healing, and let it all unfold as you embrace your pain and surrender, allowing transformation to take place. Allow the light and love of the universe to flow through you as you step into the unknown with total faith and trust, and expect amazing things to happen. Beautiful synchronicity. Have faith, have trust in your abilities. In your past life. And when I say past life, it's not just past life, before this one. I'm saying past life like 7 years ago, life cycles. So, relationships that happened 7 years ago, 14 years ago, etc. Letting go of those. Those are past lives as well. I mean, if you think about it, you really are not the same person you were 14 years ago. You've evolved and you've changed. But sometimes we hold on to those relationships and things that hurt us in the past. So it's asking you to let go of that and focus on you and on the people you love and the people that you do trust. Okay? Moving on to Opal. I love this opal card. If you've ever seen an opal, it's beautiful, iridescent. So I remember I was saying kite is about truth, truth and trust. Opal, truth, trust, and spirituality. And opal is also about truth. If opal has come to you today, you're being asked to be truthful about the way you feel and take action. Often in life, we feel it is better for others if we are not completely truthful where our feelings are concerned. However, a small untruth can quickly become the base for a far larger and more hurtful illusion. Opal's work is often done within the self and is personal, in which case you only hurt yourself. But when it includes those we love and those that respect us, the least we can do is be honest and truthful. Fuel your heart, discipline, and your mind, and allow your spirit. Only then can your perfection rise through the purifying fires of truth. So, we might have been full of dishonesty in our past life. We're working on that in this life. Working on being more truthful, being less manipulative, but being kind as well. And action through feeling. So it's asking you to feel. This PTSD from the past is affecting, how you communicate and relate to others and your trust. So, we need to work on that. We need to work on healing that. And Prenite is a great stone for that. It's a great stone for healing the heart. I would highly suggest if you see a Prenite stone, great stone to pick up. Okay, and we're going to move to the final card, which is the 8 of Keys, the Master Artisan. So you really were a master of a lot of things in the past, creatively. Beautiful card. Okay, so the Master Artisan. Inside the bright and bustling artisan's workshop, Apprentices are busy at their workbenches, which are arrayed with the beautiful fruits of their labors. The master artisan pours a number of beautiful shining gems into the open hands of one of his apprentices. This card indicates that you now have the opportunity to offer your talents, your purpose, and your gifts to the world, making a contribution to many. Don't be shy and don't hold back what you have to share. It's not the time to hide your light under a basket. As a matter of fact, you may now find yourself teaching or training your skill set to others. You may also be demonstrating your gifts and performing your talents publicly. Even if your gift lies in the ability for loving, compassionate care, you will be sharing those gifts with others. So that's a gift as well, being compassionate and caring towards others. In this period of time, you can build your reputation and take advantage of the opportunities that come your way. So take action. Put yourself out there and let yourself shine. There's much beauty and empowerment for you to bring to the world. So yeah, have faith in your abilities. Have faith in who you are and the amazing person that you are. It's time to, be true to yourself in your journey. The battle is over. The war is over. Let's remember the things that we loved in the past. I always say, we want to bring everything that we loved from the past lives, not our pain and our anguish. We learned from that. We don't want to bring that into the next life. We want to fly. We want to be truthful. The truth will set you free, just like this kite. Okay? Awesome. Okay, so moving on to 2, 4, and 8. Yes, beautiful marlinite stone. Okay, male, female. Arts. Elephant. Nurturing. Okay, okay. Forgive yourself. New vision. Okay, loving the elementals. Beautiful. Okay, guys. All right, so let's do a song for you. I'll Be by Edwin McCain. Emeralds from mountains thrust towards the sky, never revealing their depth. That's always talking about you not sharing your gifts or abilities with others for fear of what people will think of you. 2, 4, 8s are very sensitive to the opinions of others. So that makes sense that song pops up. So we've got male, female, musician, arts, creative. So whether that's music, creativity, however you create. But I also see the elephant, very nurturing and compassionate, and holding on to a lot of lack of forgiveness. Like I was saying in the previous reading, a past life could be not just this life in all our years, but a past life could also be in this life, 7 years ago, 14 years ago, life cycles. Holding on to things from your childhood or from a past, one of your first relationships, holding on to that resentment. So, and we've got new vision, which is also number 2, okay? And 3, roses, loving elementals. So the male-female card is, I always see it as the lesbian, gay community, LGBTQ, or however I forgot the rest of it. Lesbian, gay, trans, bi. This is that card. So I'm almost, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that. It can also just be having more of a prominent male demeanor or female energy, having more of a masculine left-brained thinking versus a, more emotional right-brain thinking. So let us get started with male, female. Okay. This card signifies that you've lived most of your lives as a different gender than the one you embody in this life. For example, you may now be living as a female, while in most of your previous lifetimes you were a male. In such cases, gender confusion and even health issues are often related to this change of gender over lifetimes. Because for most of your lifetimes, you lived as the other sex. You may not feel comfortable in your own skin. If this is your first lifetime as a woman, you may even develop gynecological issues or even experience infertility. If this is your first lifetime as a man, you may not relate to traditional masculine roles. This card asks you to have compassion for yourself and trust that your soul is doing the best it can. Remember that your soul is the result of all your past experiences. So it's about forgiving yourself and honoring yourself and letting go of any, guilt that we may have for not really relating to who we should be in this life. Letting go of that. Okay, so we're going to move on to the arts. You have artistic and creative talents that desire expression. This card comes to you as a sign that you would do well in an occupation relating to the arts. It also indicates that you were involved in the arts in prior lifetimes, which can explain your natural talents in the present. As a prodigy, you have artistic skills that are innate and don't require training or the need to practice. These inherent abilities have been passed down from prior lives. It's important to explore and give yourself permission to unleash your artistic side. This could lead to a lucrative career or a fulfilling avocation or hobby. So take arts and crafts classes and follow your inner guidance about creativity. So a lot of the gifts that you have now are brought over from your past life. So you were, if you have any artistic talents that are just unexplained, that could be why. So every life is another life and another life and another life. So I always say, work on things that you really want to take over to the next life in this life. If you want to be this amazing musician in the next life, start learning to play the guitar or the piano or the drums or whatever in this life. If you want to be an amazing artist in the next life, start it now in this life. Start doing, even little things, scribbles or doodles or, stick figures. Whatever you want to take into the next life, whatever your dream is of being in the next life, start it in this life and you'll carry it over to your next life. Okay, elephant, number 6. So, let's get to the little elephant guy. I love the little elephant. It's beautiful, it's nurturing, it's loving, it's family. So, a lot of family. You were a very nurturing person. So let's see what the little elephant has to say about things. It's compassion. We're all born as loving, compassionate human beings. Allow your compassion to flow through you by releasing worry, fear, or unhealthy judgments. If elephant chose you today, it's time to be extra compassionate towards yourself and others. Elephant reminds you that your abundant compassion, sensitivity, and intelligence will support you to overcome any challenges you may encounter now or in the future. Just as the elephant never stops growing in physical size, you too can continue to expand your sense of compassion and understanding of humanity. Elephant signifies the importance of self-love and reminds you of the role you play in Mother Earth's divine plan. Love and compassion act as healing modality that cures all. Yes, it's the most powerful force in the universe. And it's interesting that it comes up with forgiveness. What does it take to forgive somebody? It takes compassion and almost putting yourself in their shoes and saying, So there's forgiveness that you're holding on from the past life that is, and I have a feeling it's for yourself. Things that you did in your past life that you still haven't forgiven yourself. It's asking you to forgive yourself. It's asking you to have compassion for yourself. So let's see what pink tourmaline has to say for us. It's a beautiful stone. It's very healing for the heart. Highly recommend it if you have unresolved compassion and forgiveness issues. So let's check it out. So you've called this card to remind you, you've called this card into your life to remind you it's a powerful time of forgiveness. There may be a current situation in your life that is calling for a deeper level of forgiveness. So before I continue, a forgiveness ritual that helps all your past lives is a great way to let go of those things. If you're working on forgiveness from past lives and you have forgiveness issues in this life or forgiving people, let's work on the past to get rid of it now. Okay, so there may be a current situation in your life that is calling for a deeper level of forgiveness, or you could be encouraged to delve deeper into forgiveness for yourself. Finding the strength to truly forgive sets you free from the chains of pain you wrap around yourself throughout life. Holding on to resentments about yourself and others only hurt one person, and that's you. In truth, the only way to forgive someone or something is to first forgive yourself. The act of forgiveness comes when you are prepared to accept that everything in life happens for a reason, and you are the creator of your own reality and life experiences. You always have the power to choose how you deal with life. When you choose to forgive, you invite deep healing into your world. The crystals have appeared today to offer their healing light as you embark on this sacred journey of forgiveness. They encourage you to open your heart fully as you offer up to them all your worries and pains for transformation. They are bathing your heart with healing medicine of love. Allow your heart to blossom as you open to the true meaning of forgiveness and experience the love and beauty that exists within you. It's time to surrender and forgive. Lovely. It is indeed time. It is indeed time. We want to let that stuff go, you know? So we're going to move on to Satellite. Satellite is a beautiful stone, third eye, for the third eye. It's a great stone for that. So it's telling me that you are very connected with your spirituality, is what I'm getting with this. Very connected to the elementals, the fairies, the elemental world. Very connected with animals, almost a connection with all the spirit world. So, it says, on this day with Satellite by your side, the conscious, subconscious, and high spiritual minds are uniting to manifest a new vision that has been hidden inside you. In the coming days, you are encouraged to speak truthfully about your emotions, which will create a freedom of attachment to that around you and open the doors for a new world with you at its center. The most difficult thing in manifesting a new path in the world is allowing our focus, which is predominantly mental, to move through the emotional body into the etheric and then physically manifest. To facilitate this, we must remember that emotional focus is the act of truthfulness with self, and it is the voice of this that the Satellite offers to you as a gift. A world focused on truth is a world surrendered in love. A world surrendered in love must act with love. And such directed love unites, enlightens, and gives rise to more truth. So, this one is, it's almost like you had control issues in the past. You also had addictions in the past, panic attacks, had a problem being truthful. So this is your time to forgive yourself for all that stuff. Forgive yourself for the addictions. Forgive yourself for the way you treated people and for the uncompassionate ways you treated people in your past. Now it's time for forgiveness. And it's time for you to look into this new world, new experience. So, okay, so the next one and final one for this one is Three of Roses. Such a cute little happy card. Oh, look at it. It's so precious. So precious. It's near water, so once again, very intuitive, very connected to spirit. These intuitive gifts, you brought them from your past life. So, and this is 11. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, and it is 248. So, master intuition, inspired leader, see the vision and lead the way. Okay. So, Three of Roses. Although many people don't believe in the elementals, nature spirits of all kinds do exist, and they have more power than can be imagined. They live in the elements of earth, air, wind, and fire, and they're willing to share the guidance, well-being, and inspiration of the Akashic records that exist in the natural world. This card is here to tell you that joy will soon be increasing. It also encourages you to remember to have fun. Bring more playfulness into your daily life. Let yourself sing a little and laugh a lot. Call on the elementals to inspire you in this and in other areas. They are a font of fun and upliftment that can expand the joy in your life in great measure. Yes, and it's almost like tapping into your childlike. So, and I'm seeing that you also had a child in your past life, and something happened to that child where they got hurt, and you're holding on to not forgiving yourself for that. And this is asking you to let that go. Let it go. The elementals are on your side. This new life is a new vision and a new experience. Let's take all the tools that we used. Let's honor our past male or female side and embrace who we are now, and however form that is, and however you perceive yourself, and continue practicing the arts. Get into it if you haven't already. It's in you. Even though you might not have faith in your abilities, it's there. So, okay, awesome. Moving on to number 369. Okay. Monkey. The healer. Okay. Charite. Individualization. Interesting. In the Akashic field. Beautiful. I'm seeing Iceland. Iceland. The Aurora Borealis. Northern Lights. Celtic. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Over in that area. Very cool. Okay, let's do the song. Passenger, caravan. I'm not quite familiar with that. Let me see what it says here. Oh, here we go. Pour the petrol can around this caravan and watch the flames take all you own. So I'm seeing there was a fire, because that could also be fire as well. You were in a fire in a past life. Because you search for years, but you lose everything you find. So it's almost like unrequited love. You found the love, but it wasn't reciprocated. Or they found you and you didn't reciprocate it. I'm seeing it as a cycle. And I'm also seeing it in this life. Constantly falling for people that are not returning that love back to you. And I'm seeing that as a lack of self-love for oneself. And almost I'm seeing it also as a closed third eye, intuition, disillusionment, delusional almost. Like when our third eye is overactive or underactive, or when it is blocked in a way, it's delusions. Believing that because it's not coming through to the crown. Yes, we are connected with everybody, but not everybody is our love in that sense. But it could have been a past life love. So this unrequited love is moved on into this life, where you're meeting people that you are falling for, but they're not reciprocating that for you, and that's okay. Not everybody is meant to be a romantic partner. Some people are just meant to be your friends, your love, people that you love. It doesn't always have to be romantic or passionate. Okay. Let's see. And you follow the blackbird home through the early winter snow. Your footprints track you through the grass. So even though there's no snow here, I have a feeling there was snow. And you ache just to smell her clothes and her cooking down on the stove. You see her face in everyone you pass. So yes, definitely an unrequited love. And I'm seeing car accident as well. I'm seeing fire. I'm seeing car accident. And you walk down to her window and press your face against the glass, only to find that she is happy in his arms. So it's almost this cruel joke that the person you loved in the past life, maybe you were with them in the past life, but in this life, that's not your journey. And you see them with somebody new or talking about somebody new, and it's so heart-wrenching because you know that you have this connection with them and they should be yours. But sometimes that's past life stuff. So we can't force things. The one of forces, we cannot force that. Okay, so we're going to get to unrequited love. And let us see what that has to say for us. This card indicates that you had a painful experience with unrequited love in a prior lifetime. The person you love deeply didn't share your feelings, or you may have been betrayed or abandoned. And let me just stop here. As I've said in all the other readings, past life does not necessarily mean just, this life and the past life, but it could be 7 years ago, 14 years ago in this life, because those are life cycles. So past life could also even be stuff in this life. Time is not linear, folks. Okay. The person you love deeply didn't share your feelings, or you may have been betrayed or abandoned. This individual may be in your present life. These experiences of unrequited love may be negatively affecting you now. For example, you might distrust your lover's intentions, or his or her ability to make a monogamous commitment. Sometimes those doubts have a basis in current reality. However, romantic insecurities can also be a product of prior lifetimes. When that occurs, the unconscious insecurities are difficult to pinpoint or heal, unless they're consciously realized. This is where irrational jealousy and neediness may actually ruin an otherwise good relationship. Sometimes the best cure is past life regression, so that you can remember the situation that caused you pain in other lives. Highly recommend quantum hypnosis if you are able to find somebody who does that. I'm going to be offering that probably sometime next year. I'm still working on that. But there's many out there that are great at what they do. Highly recommend past life regression for getting over any humps that you just really can't feel like you can get over in this life. So I'm seeing, this like jealousy in this life, this envy in this life. That's all got to do with this unrequited love. It's like, let that go. It's not it's not realizing how amazing you are. You know what I mean? When we're jealous, that means that we don't value our own self because we're looking at somebody else and saying, well, we're jealous of them. But you're just as good. Everybody is equal and they have their own different things and abilities that make them who they are. And if somebody doesn't love you back, that's okay. If you had an unrequited love in this life, that's okay. It wasn't meant to be with you. They weren't meant to love you in this life, maybe in another life. Okay, moving on to Celtic. You drew this card because you had a significant past lifetime in Celtic lands and you continue to feel bonded to this culture. Perhaps you've lived in or visited the Isles of Ireland, Scotland, Wales, or England. If so, you may have a sense of déjà vu and be an Anglophile, a person who adores these cultures. You're also fascinated with Stonehenge and King Arthur's Camelot. Yeah, I'm seeing the Knights Templar. You may have learned the old religion of the Celtic lands, which involved the use of healing herbs and gaining wisdom from oak trees. You could even be an ancient druid in disguise. Your connection to the elemental realm has made you love fairies, elves, and all fae. So I have a feeling you might have also got 2, 4, and 3. A very similar past life. Or you knew somebody who picked 2, 4, 3 because it's very similar. Let's see. You also respect and love trees, especially oaks and willows. Oh, I love willows. If you haven't already done so, schedule some visits to the ancient sacred areas of the United Kingdom and Ireland. Exploring their stone circles, castles, and spiritual artifacts may trigger additional healing memories. Yes, definitely. Locations. But also, I just went to see the King Tut Art Exhibit. It's in town. It's been in town for the year. It's leaving in January. and I just knew that I was going to get something out of it, and I did. I felt such tremendous energy, and this is what inspired me to do this reading today. So, highly recommend, if it comes to your town, to check it out. Highly recommend traveling to Stonehenge or any of these places, these energy vortexes, and see what you pick up. Okay? So, and that's interesting that it says, trigger additional healing memories, because you were a healer, a druid, a shaman, something like that. You're some sort of a healer, but it was focused on natural healing, nature, herbs, spices, almost a witch. I'm seeing like, a Wiccan, wizard, Merlin, Numite, and this is Merlinite. Interesting. Actually, this is a Numite. I have Numite as well. Yeah. Okay. And I also see monkey, because you probably had that. You were a monkey in your past life, or you like to monkey around. That's something that you brought over into this life as well. This, fun, that people like to be around you, fun loving. Adventure. You like to be adventurous. So this travel thing that pops up, your ability to travel. Yes. This is something from your past life. You were a traveler. You really like to have adventure and experience things. You went to different towns to heal people. You just traveled. Connected to the Akashic field. You were an oracle as well. If you are in this life as well, it's because you were in the past life as well. So, in this life, it's about trusting your abilities. So 26 is 8, 9, 10, and 11. Master Intuitive. That was also the last reading. Master Intuitive, Master Inspiring Leader. Okay. It's time to climb out of your comfort zone and get adventurous. Where have you always wanted to travel? What lifelong dream gets to be realized? To whom have you been too shy to introduce yourself? It's an ideal time to pull out your journal and meditate. So I'm going to stop right there. Being too shy to introduce yourself because of the unrequited love. You're too shy to say anything. You're too shy to tell them. And you got to trust your intuition. You can speak your truth, but if your intuition is off, you're just going to end up getting hurt. So we really got to trust our intuition. Okay. It's an ideal time to pull out your journal and meditate on your heart's desires. Young monkeys will test each other by playing king of the castle. Where is your edge? What is your castle? Identify one way to begin manifesting your adventures today. Bring the mystery alive. Swing into this divine moment of opportunity. A castle. Definitely. I saw a castle at the beginning. I'm almost seeing like this magical, castle from Camelot. So that was your era. That was your time. Okay, so we got Numite, the healer. Let's see what it says here. You have called this card into your awareness today to remind you that you are a gifted and powerful healer. We are all healers in some way or another, and the crystals of Numite are inviting you to allow this part of yourself to emerge and awaken fully. You are entering a time of initiation when your innate healing power is being activated within you on a deeper level. Ancient memories are stirring and your soul's wisdom is flowing through you more than ever. It's time to embrace your inner healer and recognize and honor your healing gifts and powers. There are times in life when it is necessary to receive healing from others. However, the most powerful healer in truth is yourself. It is time to look within and access your own healing medicine. You are being called to utilize this sacred wisdom and energy for your own well-being and the well-being of others. You are encouraged to work deeply with this crystal to support you through this powerful initiation time. If you are considering pursuing a career in natural medicine, the healing arts, or healthcare, then this card is confirmation that you are on the right path. You may also feel guided to seek the support of a professional healer. If so, follow your intuition and inner guidance as you choose the most suitable healer for you. Yes, Reiki healer, quantum hypnosis. I'm hearing that needs to happen to get over this unrequited love thing that you tend to have. or that you may tend to have. Whether it's, like I said, it could go both ways. You are the one that is always having unrequited loves, or the one that's inviting unrequited loves. Sometimes you have such this healing energy that people feel connected to you. And so it can go both ways. So however it resonates with you, that's how it resonates. Okay. Moving on to Charite. Purple, intuition. Once again, more intuition here. I'm seeing lots of intuition, like psychic, very psychic energy. Trusting your gifts and your abilities. Interesting. Okay, here we go. Because it's been talking about healing this past life stuff that's associated with love. I'm almost seeing like Game of Thrones. I don't know why. Game of Thrones is coming through. I don't even watch that show, but it's popping in my head and it's there. Let the spirits of your past live in you and deliver your future through self-love, realize personal power, and the dictation of divine wisdom. You step now upon the path home. If Charite has come to you today, it signals a rebirth of sorts. It is time to become the individual that you are and release yourself on the world. The first step in doing this are always releasing the attachments and cutting away any outside influences, as they keep us where we are and make change difficult. The loving vibration of Charite makes sure that when you are reborn, your spiritual, personal, and individual gifts are embraced. For with them realized, integrity to a higher purpose is assured, and you will shine. At this important time, you should expect to be challenged by the world and the people around you. They all perceive you a certain way, and most are resistant to change due to its unpredictable and often painful nature. Take care not to be swayed into their perceived idea of you, and hold tight the true self as it is rebirthed in all its glory. The new you will carry many new opportunities as the spirit that you are makes its mark on the world. Trust in your infinite spark. It believes its path has never been clear. If you have asked for a sign or a call to action, this is the most potent one available. Charite only arrives when divine purpose is about to be addressed and sent into physicality. The master crystal of this stone often delivers messages in music. Listen to some with an open heart and know where you may go. Charite is a sacred crystal of the Egyptian goddess Mat and the ascended master Paul of the Venetian. It is the whale contact stone and has worked with to communicate with them in Atlantean times. Charite can directly interpret their songs of light. And I love that. I was just talking about the Egyptians and how I went to the King Tut Exhibit, and one of the photos, a lot of the photos that I took were of Mat, M-A-A-T, who was all about justice and, So, this is asking you to wake up. It's almost a spiritual insomnia. Wake up, it's time. Heart chakra communication. Follow your heart, listen to it along with your mind, body, and spirit in unison. Wow, the train is loud. And I'm also getting this energy of autism. I don't know if you have somebody autistic in your family. But yeah, okay, so moving on to the final card. So I highly recommend this card for sharpening your intuition along with Numite. Definitely pick those up if you can ever find them somewhere. And one of forces. So choo-choo, train man. It's going to keep tooting. Okay, one of forces. Something almost popped in my head and then it just went away. Okay. Like the Akashic field, the Aurora Borealis flows with energy and brilliance as charged particles from the sun interact with atoms in the Earth's atmosphere. The 93 million miles from the sun to the Earth is nothing compared to the limitless consciousness of the Akashic field. All information, power, energy, and experiences vibrate within this realm of unending truth and possibility, and every bit of it can be yours. Receiving this card tells you that amazing opportunities abound at this time. You can increase and accelerate the experience by opening the doors to the Akashic records. Your life force energy resonates with the universal synchronicity now, so you can explore the records and receive exactly the information that you need and the energy that can help. Engage in this pursuit with a conscious focus. Write your intentions and ask for inspiration. Meditate on the Akashic field and visualize your goals. The universe is ready and willing to align with your heartfelt desires, and now is the time to make them happen. Sorry, that was my dog. Frankie. Okay, so that is it. Sorry about my dog barking. Yeah, so you were a healer. You experienced a lot of issues with love, and we need to focus on that. Okay? And I'm sorry if I had to cut it short, but Frankie just disconnected me. So, but you get the gist. That is all. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Namaste.